All right, everybody. Welcome to DSM Presents Eagles Halftime Live. Man, I don't even know where to begin. We're presented and sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Use promo code DSM for 20% off your next purchase and free shipping. Your balls will thank you. Man, I don't know what to say. I'm looking at this box score. It's 21-7 in the first half. And I think one of my tweets in the first half really can sum up the entire first half of football. Well, there's a lot of the tweets that can to sum it up here, but we're going to go to one specific one here, and I bookmarked it so I could bring up the vote and everything. I put a poll: who was a worse defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles? Jonathan Gannon, the current defense coordinator, which I said what was, but he might not be the defense coordinator for much longer. Jonathan Gannon, or legendary offensive line coach Juan Castillo, who was weirdly and oddly made a defensive coordinator under Andy Reid. 75 votes, and Jonathan Gannon's getting 53% of the votes. That just sums up how bad this defense is playing, how bad this defense is, schemed up, the lack of discipline, the missed tackles, everything. It's insane. But for as bad as the defense is playing, they're gaming. Yeah, it's a disaster this first half. The defense, for as bad as they're playing, they're gamers. They're fighting. They're trying, even despite the bad game plan that Jonathan Gannon's put up there. But Jalen Hurts, is there a guy that's more inconsistent than Jalen Hurts? We talk about the defense, but we got to give flack to the offense. I was told by some people, why am I so negative? Because I expect a game plan. I expect some form of performance. Jalen Hurts, 5 of 14 for 54 yards. So many over and underthrown balls. Luckily, the offense is not doing much, Tiffany. Not at all. Outside the first drive, they had 75 yards on the first drive. I still think they only have about 75 yards as a team at this point. One run play to running backs. One. Not two, not three. One. Miles Sanders has touched the ball one time. On the flip side of the equation, while Tom Brady's thrown for almost 200 yards and thrown 26 times, at least Leonard Fournette's got 12 rushes. Ronald Jones has got 2 touches. Leonard Fournette's their biggest running back weapon. He's got 12 rushes, plus he's caught the ball 4 times out of the backfield. They're getting their weapons the ball. On the other hand of the side, Miles Sanders, 1 rush for 1 yard, plus 1 catch for 4 yards. Not taking advantage of them. Miles Sanders has had some boneheaded plays. They had a chance on that. Hey, they got 2 interceptions in the second half. Like I said, the defense is playing awful because of a bad scheme and some spots where there's weak talent, like at linebacker. Davian Taylor getting a chance, missing a couple tackles. Alex Singleton being run over a few times. They are problems for sure. But on the flip side of the equation, they're gaming. They're not giving up on the defense. You would think the way I feel right now that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have scored more than 21 points so far. Unfortunately, the offense, their last 5 drives, it's been punt, interception, punt, and punt. I think they have 1 first down in the last 5 drives. Only 1 drive with double-digit yards out of their last 5 since that touchdown drive. And honestly, that touchdown drive was saved because of the passive interference on Jalen Reagor on the deep ball that Jalen Hurts underthrew. Jalen Hurts underthrows those deep balls or sails the ball over the head every single time. He doesn't throw it to a spot and let the wide receivers go get it. That play that he overthrew Kenny Gainwell there late in the second quarter there, was bad. A makeshift offensive line, absolutely. He overthrew his receivers, exactly. He underthrows them or overthrows them. There's so many comments coming in here in the comment section. I can't get to them all because I can't keep up with them all. But look, this first half of football showed the inexperience of Jalen Hurts, showed the lack of talent in certain positions on the defense, the makeshift offensive line and whatnot. The fact that Howie has drafted how many wide receivers in the first 3 rounds, the last 2 years, the first 2 rounds, the last couple of years. And really we have Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins, and that is it. Greg Ward, I saw him on the field once or twice. He's a wasted roster spot. Arcega-Whiteside, I just wanted him to make the team to prove a point. He did make the team. There's no point. The fact that they cut Travis Fulgham without giving him a shot, bring up Jonathan Hightower. We are extremely lacking at wide receiver. But the real problem is coming down to not the inexperience of Hurts, the lack of talent on this team. It's coming down to Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon. They're showing, unless they play a bad team, they even when they win these games that they've won this year, they've shown that they do not know how to put a game plan together and execute it. And if it's not executing correctly, how to make adjustments on the fly. They just don't. You know, what happened to the deep running back room? Yeah, well, I was talking about cutting Boston Scott. I don't know why Boston Scott's an active roster spot right now. I don't get that. Yeah, it's insane. Look, obviously it's only 21-7. We get the ball to start the second half. Surprisingly and scarily, this team is still in it. But when I'm looking at this box score again, 5 of 14 for 54 yards for Jalen Hurts. A lot of that came on the first drive. Jalen Hurts has rushed for 6 times. I see a lot of people on Twitter going on and on about how he's going to his first read and taking off. I understand that he's being put in a position where he's thrown the ball 14 times, but most of his runs were pass plays that he ran out of the pocket. So honestly, there's been about 20 pass play calls or RPOs, whatever you want to call them, to one run play called this entire time. You cannot have 20-1 your run to pass ratio. That's just asinine, plain and simple. I know it, and I've never coached a down of football in my life. I know the Buccaneers have a great run defense, but I said it on the Football Kelly show. I've said it on DSM. I've said it on other shows I've appeared on this week and in previous weeks. Run pass option and play actions do not work. Or say that again. They do not work if there's a zero threat of a run play happening. You need to take the RPO and that thought process out of Jalen Hurts' hands. You need to call a run play or a straight pass play. No more RPOs. You're giving a young quarterback, pretty much a rookie quarterback, way too much to think about at the line of scrimmage. He's obviously struggling. He can hear the boos. He can hear the criticism. He knows he's not playing well. You got a quarterback that can lead a team. Take some of the pressure off of him by calling plays, whether it's under center, as you're saying, Jason, or, I know he's going to keep running, Tiffany. I know, but take the pressure away from him. Take some of it off of him. Just be like, look, everybody run X play. It's going to be a pass play. Everyone run this route, or just hand the ball off to Miles Sanders or Kenneth Gainwell or to anybody. I just want the decision-making taken out of Jalen Hurts' hands because he's too much going on in the head. He's sailing passes. He's underthrowing passes. I know people say he doesn't have great arm strength. It's not the best, but it's not so bad that he should be performing at the level he is. But there's a lot of pressure on him, and when he's being forced to do everything on his own, you're going to see first halves like this. I mean, 5 of 14, 54 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. It's bad, guys. I mean, we are going up against the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Tom Brady's. We didn't expect a win. I didn't expect a win. But I expect to see some sort of progress with this team. And the way this team is being run tonight, we're seeing a step back. It's not happening. Look, short halftime show here. I'm going to plug post-game Eagles Aftermath. I will be live after the game. We'll go through the coaches' press conferences, the players' press conferences, the works. We'll dive deeper into all this and all these topics. So make sure you're following DSM Media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the channels, Twitch, wherever we are. We'll be joined by my man, Jason Voorhees, who's been in the comment section on Facebook here tonight. He's going to be jumping on the post-game show with me as well. So everybody, let's enjoy the second half. Look, 21-7, it seems like we're getting blown out, but the defense is a gamer, even with the bad defensive game plan. We're not out of this. We get the ball. If Nick Sirianni makes some form of magical adjustment and takes the ball out of Hurts' hand, we still stand a chance. The Buccaneers defense is not good. Not good at all. So, and they're even more injured because Richard Sherman's out for the game now. So, you know what? We can put up 21 points in the second half. Problem is, the defense is going to have to stop them. So we'll see how all that goes. I will see you all back here for post-game Eagles Aftermath live on DSM Media. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you in about, hopefully, an hour and a half because I got to work early in the morning. I want post-game show to start by 11:30, so I'm going to be in bed by 1 a.m. tonight. I'll see you all later as soon as the game hits 0 right here on DSM Media. Tap in, subscribe, share, follow, retweet. You all know the deal. I'll see you guys back in about an hour and a half. Go